I forgot my tea. Hey, everybody, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? As always, let's just do a quick mic check just to make sure everything is working. I hate. I've got to get a better setup. This is horrible, 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 horrible. Of course, it's not working. So apologies about the screen. Go grab your tea. Yeah, I really should. It's in there. The microwave keeps ringing. Loud and clear. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Let's just get this out of the way. Yo, while we're waiting for some people. Oh, look at that. Always smells really good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Nice. You get to open that. Well, I'm not going to open it right now. Okay. Just wait for some people to come in. Oh, that's nice. Nice. Excellent. So I'm glad everybody's here. Thank you very much. Let's timestamp this. Make it official. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 84 of the Hangout. My name is Paige, and I'm here to give you information and insight into the world of collecting a very chilled and relaxed atmosphere. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about some stuff. So I wanted to tell everyone thank you so much for coming in. My special guest tonight is me. Not too special, but that's the guest that you have. I'm going to try to make this really quick because I have Chipotle over there and I'm starving and I would like to eat. So we'll try not to, as you can hear the beep, that's the microwave for the tea. Didn't get to it. But I have a couple of things I wanted to go over with you guys really quick. Just some news and notes. Probably not going to be any tap-ins or anything like that tonight because, like I said, I'm going to try to get through this really quick. But we have a couple of things to talk about. Look, that's me. So let's go to news and notes really quick. So if you are one of the few, pretty sure, but as everyone knows, Death Dealer is shipping. I think we probably said that 2 or 3 times over the episodes, but Death Dealer is like kind of like slowly creeping out. Not this Death Dealer, that Death Dealer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were some people who are like, "What the heck? Why did they change it?" But hey, good things happen. So yeah, you have the Death Dealer is shipping out right now. Somebody asked me, they were like, "Oh, should I go on the aftermarket really quick?" I would highly recommend that you just kind of hold off for now. The reason why is because they went through the processing part. I think we talked about this before. But during the initial run, everybody gets their cards charged, and then they'll see if the stuff run through, and then they go through that initial run, and then after that, what you do is they'll start fulfilling some of the wait lists, and then there's a second run that usually happens, and that's 10 days after people get stuff in hand. Usually that's the replacement period. That's when people check out their stuff, make sure everything's okay. And if it's not, then what they do is they send it back. So they have to have that stuff on hand. And what'll happen is once you wait for that period, they'll start trickling some stuff out usually. So I would kind of wait until then. Another thing is that you can always hold off because during the year, what they do is they will fulfill wait lists periodically throughout the year. Also, you have contests. Contests come into play. Sometimes they throw that stuff in there. You never know. They might have some kind of barbarian kit where they throw in Conan the Barbarian that's coming. I mean, the Conqueror that's coming out, and then maybe Death Dealer, and then possibly an older Conan. You never know. So I always tell people if you can, hold off. Another thing you might want to wait for, and again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but they pretty much soaked a lot of money into this, I'm pretty sure, with the licensing, and they want to get as much as they can out of it. And so we've seen Conan and we've seen the Conqueror and we're getting King Conan. You never know. Maybe we'll get a MDX Death Dealer on a horse. I saw that box and I was like, damn, they could have put a horse in there. You never know. Maybe it was something they just couldn't get to. But Um, Talking about this really quick as well. Death brokers. Yeah. Wanted to talk to you guys about this for a little bit too. So, if you're one of the people that had two death brokers, you put that in your order and you only received one, that has been happening lately. I actually reached out to them and they told me that uh, mine would be coming in and then they were going through all the rest of the orders. I guess they were QCing some stuff too. So if you had two orders, make sure that you just kind of like reach out to customer service, show them your order number, send a screenshot. They'll probably ask you for that too. I would also take a picture of the box. The reason why is because that's like further verification that you only got one because they use the thin boxes and only one can fit in it. So make sure you just document all that stuff and then just reach out to customer service. Say, hey, I think there's a little mistake. You know, I was supposed to have two and I only got one. And they've been pretty good in saying that they're going to get that stuff out ASAP. So I know that's kind of like a hot topic. Another little thing for you guys too, be careful with the trigger guards. Thank you for Minis for telling us about that, as well as the I guess there's a flash effect that's in there too, and some of them aren't going in all the way. Don't force that because that plastic is a little bit brittle, so you don't want to force anything in there. Some people have been getting these little. I had one because I was actually going to do it. Oh, I want to show you guys something too, since you're here, but it's over there. Hold on a second. It'll be worth it. Trust me. Anytime I leave camera, it's always worth it, right? Since you guys are here, I'll show you this. But anyway, like I said, there's a little drill bit you can get on Amazon if you're in the groups. You can check that out too as well. We won't show that just yet, but make sure that you kind of you're very careful with that because the plastic is kind of brittle. Okay, but death brokers again, if you missed out, just reach out to customer service. Go through some here really quick with some of this stuff. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. What's up, party people? Yay! How's it going? Mick, thank you very much for showing up, man. Oh, minis. Redeemer. Yeah. First of many incoming packages. Yeah, we're going to talk about that really quick. What's up, y'all? Hey, Bobo. Orange Julian. Are you moving, Paige? No. Yes, the mantle is empty. The reason why a little frazzled right now, too, is because we had a hurricane, and before you couldn't see it, but I had some damage to the roof and also to the studio. And so I had some construction workers coming in, and they were renovating everything. That's the T. And so things are kind of like shuffled around here a little bit, but it's a good thing because everything's kind of, hey Nate, how you doing? Everything's kind of in its place now and fixed, and now I can set the studio back up and do some more stuff. Craig, how you doing, brother? How you doing? I'm curious if they're going to do another run of regular Conan. They opened up the wait list, and the Conqueror went up, and it's pretty much the same figure. Yeah, there's a couple of little differences, but yeah, there's I don't know if they're going to do another run of the original, but I would highly recommend if you got a chance to get on with the with Conquer that you definitely try to do that. And if not, King looks great, at least from that 1.0 page. These are matte finishes. Excellent transition. So I had a friend of mine who did me a solid, and he let me buy some of these from him, and I'm going to show you guys. I've been working on this all weekend, so there you go. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have pictures up later, but like you wanted to see the back. But check that out, huh? Very nice. I decided to throw in some Bob Ross and start painting all that stuff. This thing was a pain in the ass because I'm pretty sure you guys know these are all the Gig from Hell uh, skulls. Everything works, but these eyes were a pain in the ass. But I actually had a friend of mine. He reached out and he was kind of telling me a little bit of a workaround for that. But just to let you know, you guys got to see that first. Okay, so yeah. But that's what I've been working on. What have you guys been working on? So that was news and notes. And so what we'll do now is we'll work on it. So moving right along to how many Power Rangers fans do we have in here? So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and tell you guys I don't know anything about this. I know about I know about Power Rangers in general, but if you asked me what the names were of each one of the characters or what genre, I don't. I just know that they weren't. But being, completionist and stuff like that, and then also loving the line, automatically I was gonna buy this, so I thought this was cool. So I just wanted to make sure I told everybody that. But the good thing about it is if I don't know something, I'll usually research a lot. So I do know on Netflix right now you can watch. I think it's 4 seasons of the Power Rangers. So if you're not up to speed, yeah, probably do a watch party and do something like that. Do the eyes glow on that? I don't know. I need to test that because I used neon green, but I don't know if it's the glow in the dark one. I'd love to try to do that. But getting back to the Power Rangers, so we did get this today. And there was a couple of things I was actually really shocked about. I don't know if you guys saw that, but let's look at this really quick. Of course, this is going to be photoshopped, but this was very interesting. I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cool. And like I said, I'm not a Power Rangers super fan, so some of this stuff doesn't really bother me. Like I've seen a couple people talk about the diamonds not touching or the helmet not being glossy enough. I don't get into all that. It doesn't really matter to me. Plus, if this is a success, you never know. They might try to put up some more. But I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm pretty sure you did, but check that out. So when I saw this originally, I was like, oh, that's just the Putty Warriors from the Lightning collection, I guess. But then I started looking at it, and if you, let me make sure you guys can see this too, right? Man, let's go large. There we go. You guys don't really need to see me. So when I looked at this, I thought these were the Lightning Collection Putty Warriors. But if you start looking, I know a lot of it's probably Photoshop, but there's wrinkles. I don't know if you guys saw that, but and then you got this. This is Rita. There was another picture I saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at. So if you look at this, that's not plastic. It looks like cloth to me. I'm not going to zoom in on crotch, but So when I was looking at this, I was like, are they going to have Putty Warriors too? I know I'm flipping through this. That's the better picture. Here we go. So look at that. Wrinkles. I know it's kind of blurry in the back, but look at that. I honestly think, heaven forbid, a lot of money, we might be getting Putty Warriors too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Looks like something. But anyway, it's just probably a conspiracy theory. You never know. But it would be cool. Maybe like a little Putty Warrior pack, something like that. And then, of course, mine started working on everything else too. I'm going to go backwards with this kind of stuff. I just wanted to make sure that I hit, yeah, we'll just go backwards. So, yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw this. I also thought, oh, wow, maybe they'll give us, again, I'm telling you, that looks like fabric to me. That doesn't look like plastic. So, you heard it here. Maybe. This, I don't know. Maybe it's just a picture, but I was thinking that maybe if this goes over really well, maybe we would get some of these characters like this too. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, but of course, I got excited about it and a little bit wallet hurt too as well because I was like, crap! If they release that stuff, it's almost like the GI Joe line. And I keep thinking, oh yeah, when they do Cobra Soldiers, that's going to be expensive as shit. So anyway, not a Ranger fan, but decent price. Yeah, we definitely want to talk about that. Good segue. You guys are reading my mind. So when this came up first, I honestly thought this was going to be 475, $500. So when I saw the price tag for this, I was actually pretty surprised and thankful, especially with the things that are going on right now. Because I tell you what, five figures, $400. which is pretty good. Um, I think that comes out to about 80 bucks a figure. So 400 bucks. This is slotted for July, September. So that's what, 9, 12 months that we'll wait. And, you know, always a possibility it might get pushed back. Uh, a lot of the stuff I saw today, people were actually really happy about the price. If you guys know stuff about Power Rangers, please put it in the comments. It's not like a clickbait or anything else like that. I just think that there's probably people like me that don't really have a huge. Good job on the skull space. Thank you, Barbara. Have a huge knowledge base about the Power Rangers. I know there's like a whole bunch of versions. I follow the Japanese versions. Yeah. But yeah, price point I thought was really cool. Like I said, breath of fresh air on that one. And we'd also talked about this kind of stuff too. You never know if the line gets going and gains steam. I swear, I still think that that's possibly a prototype. But anyway, we might get some of those characters like Rita or the gold monkey or whatever who he is. And I'm wondering how many people are actually going to start backtracking through the Lightning Collection line now and trying to get maybe some of the villains, the Putty Warriors, or some of those other ones. I grabbed a bunch of stuff when it was on sale because I figured that this stuff was coming out. So thank you, Minis, for that tech glow. I'll make sure I do that. But yeah, the costume looks like the material that we've had before. And the females, when I was looking at this, it said that the females got 2 more articulation points than the men. So take that, boys. This is really cool. I don't think that they're going to be using uh, the the older female body. I think stat wise, I think it's 30. That's comparable to when I was looking up today. It's comparable to Harley and the other Harley. So and you can see that in the elbow area, there is some bend there. I'm hoping that they just use the brand new body. And I'm hoping that's also one of the reasons why Fantastic Four maybe got pushed back because they're trying to implement that new body on Sue Storm. And then, of course, we got Ghost Spider coming out. So that's another thing. But whichever one of the females comes out first, that'll actually be a very good gauge of what we're going to be getting. Lots of possibilities. I like this. I like the price point. I know some of it, like I said, is photoshopped, but I'm gonna get to the chat in a second. I'm just looking at the pictures with you guys. But this was another thing that surprised me as well. I know that we're getting a licensed character, but to have these head sculpts that are the character or the actor likenesses, I thought was a huge, huge check mark because that's big. And I'm actually surprised that they were able to not only acquire the license, put the characters out, and get the likeness, but I'll keep that all under like not under, but at 400 bucks. That was crazy. But what do you guys think about this set? Did you guys pick it up? PayPal in four? Putty packs would be cool. Yeah, 2 packs, not anything to break the bank or anything like that, but just enough to like army build a little bit. And if the price point is around what this is, I know it's expensive. Some people look at that price point and they're like, oh, well, I can get the Lightning Collection stuff way cheaper. But, just like anything, you're dealing with different plastic, you're dealing with soft goods, you're dealing with, some would say, better sculpt. You just have to kind of gauge it to what's best for you in your collection. I held off on any new Super 7. Yep, there's another company that's doing it too. Haven't had a new Ranger figure since I was a kid. Makes me feel special. Yeah, these companies, they know how to stroke nostalgia. Because I'm not a Power Rangers fan. I love the designs and footage. They look just like the show. Yeah, I was watching they were going through like I guess the different actors and actresses and people that played them, which I thought was funny too. When I was looking at this, let me go back as well. I thought this guy, I thought he had glasses. Am I right? He has glasses. Green Ranger, yeah. That's what's his name? The Tommy guy, right? I heard he's really cool. But yeah, the blue. I thought he had glasses. So I don't know if maybe that's something that they're going to add later on. I just figured, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I guess I'll just take the glasses off Michael Myers and just put it on that guy. Or maybe the glasses from that Spider-Man, from the Tom Holland one. I wonder if these are footage. Yeah, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see. Oh, 19%. I'm gonna have to plug in my battery. Give me just a second, guys. Like I said, everything is kind of everywhere because of the renovations, so I apologize. But you guys are awesome. Now we're plugged back in. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Going through here. My God, I'm not about yeah. I thought the same thing. It's not something that I'm super hyped about. I think it's cool, and I'm really interested in seeing the engineering aspect of it and what they do with the line. But again, they do a green, white, or gold ranger. Yeah, they. I remember that they showed the Green Ranger. I think it was last year. They showed it in one of the cons, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna get that. Rojo, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Here in Rock. And again, I know I explained the whole renovation thing, but I apologize to the people that I'm supposed to send that stuff out to. I'm looking directly at the camera for sincere. So I'm sorry. They're finished all that stuff. I promise you, I'm going tomorrow to mail your stuff. I don't want you to think that I kept, any of the shipping stuff that you guys sent me or I just forgot about it. It's just been crazy trying to get all this stuff put together. So I promise. Rock, I know I got you minis and Jackson and Dom. I'm working on yours. I know I keep saying that every week. Yeah. So I think this is cool, and it's a nice little transition to the main topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yes, winter is coming. It is coming. Mastodon Ranger. Yeah, that would be cool too. I'm trying to get through some of these really quick. Yeah, let's see. They did that with Spider-Man Fantastic Four where they showed the villains and they made them. Exactly. See? I think along the same lines. I was late. Did y'all talk about Mythic Legions? No, but Mythic Legions has their hand in my pocket. I saw that wave that they just put up, and then I'm kind of new to that line, and so I was looking at it, and they had the unknown, and then they had that 2-pack army builder. I don't know all the names, so apologies. But that stuff that they put out that they showed looks really good. And then they had C Jasmine who's working on the soft goods part of it. And God, it's so hard. Everybody's just got their hands in your pocket everywhere. Oh wait, I met one of the captain Japanese and see that is kick ass, bro. And I've heard all of them are really cool. Hey guys, I just finished cooking dinner. Hey, thank you, Steve. Appreciate that, man. What'd you cook? I had my girlfriend go get me Chipotle. So you know what that means, foot rub and everything else like that. I just might be Death Dealers. Yeah. Catwoman has the same. Okay, yeah, but you also have to remember that Catwoman was a first gen, so they've done at least another version of that female. And if you've also noticed, we haven't gotten any females in a long time since I think at least Harley. And so I think one of the reasons why was because they were doing a new body and uh, they have enough time to be able to work on that body and put it on into production. Again, that's why I think that the Fantastic Four set was pushed back because they're doing that. You also know that they showed Ghost Spider, and that had way more range, and that was just one photo. So I would assume that that was like a prototype, probably. Usually, when they do that kind of stuff, uh, they have something to kind of show you what it's going to be like, and then they might do the little bait and switch on you, like they did with Death Dealer and everything else. I'm really happy that some of that stuff, when they show it, it's a little misleading because you're like, oh, if you based your buying your buying decision on the fact that if you saw the original solicitation, you're like, I don't want to get that because it has single joints. And then you kind of wait, and then all of a sudden, hey, they improved it. I can kind of see where some collectors would be like, oh man, I wish I would have known that. I would have pre-ordered it. But it's always good to get updates. Maybe that's something that they can kind of like implement later on. Like, hey, we changed this. We're going to open up the pre-order, see if you guys are interested in it now because we've made these improvements. So it can work for both parties, really. Does the female bodies look promising for Tangerine? I don't know anything about Tangerine. I know that she's in development. I'm assuming because they keep promoting her, but I would really want. Speaking of Tangerine, boom. I would really want to make sure that she's on, a good body. The likeness probably came with the Hasbro deal. That's a very good point. Very good point. These are dope and will really pop on the shelf. Yes. So I wanted to get with you guys on this one. The winter is coming. Winter is coming. So I know some of you guys this may be your first time that you've probably tuned in, or maybe it's the first time you see me, or maybe first time we talked about this, but I've been covering this line for about 4 or 5 years, and I say this every year. And the reason why is because Mezco, because of the things with factories and distribution and everything like that, most of their stuff traditionally it just kind of get pushed back into the holiday season. And a lot of times that's a problem for collectors, obviously, because there's major holidays, right? You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's. I got my girl's birthday, so I'm shelling out money for that, but in a loving way. But that's a really, it's a really financially restrictive time for some people. So I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about this because uh, um, I honestly think that we're going to be getting hit, and we're probably going to be getting hit pretty hard. And there's a couple of reasons why. Um, when I say winter is coming, it's pretty much already here. I mean, we've had a couple. Oh, okay, we've had a couple of releases already. We've already got Union Gomez. That was like 110 bucks. We got Golden Age Batman, Atticus, Magical Enhancement Kit, the Death Brokers, and Death Dealer. So all of those together, I think if carry the two, I think all of that together comes out to like 600 something bucks, like 655 ish or something like that. But that's a lot of money. There's a lot of money for those figures. And then when you think about it, there's more coming. And if you're not familiar, like I said, with me, and also, what I do is usually what I do, that's a sneak peek. Usually what I do is I track a lot of this stuff. And if you go to the Toy Page, it's on Facebook. Go into the photo section, and I have a folder, and it's the releases folder, the pre-order folder, and that'll tell you what everything that's come out, and then it'll also tell you the stuff that's pending and that's going to be coming out. So, and I had to write this down because I wanted to make sure that I got it right, and I didn't want anybody to say, "Oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about." So so far this year we've had 16 releases. Now that includes some like these little accessory packs. It's still money, but you know what I mean. And that's about 12 to 15 off of what their normal uh, target range per year. They usually average between 28 and 31 figures. Now it's going to be a plus or minus because I think I got a couple of advanced copies, and so my numbers might be a little bit different. But 28 to 30 is usually what they do. And so we're not actually too far off from this push. And this is what I'm trying to show you guys because there were some dates. Like I said, I've been tracking this. There were some dates with some of these figures that got pushed back, and they only got pushed back a couple of months. And then there were some that kind of stayed the same. So this is going to give you a little bit more of a clear picture of what I'm talking about. Okay. So now, if you're looking at this, I'm trying to think. Oh, so you got Sod Cutter, and then you got the Gray Red Gremlins. Oh, Mezco, if you're watching, I would please like to request that you put the Graveyard Gremlins up again. I think a lot of people, of course, that sold out really quick and missed it, but I think it's a great opportunity for customizers. I know I saw the stop motion guy. His name is Alex. Uh, I saw him, and he put on his Instagram. Make sure you go check him out. I'll try to put him in there. But he actually hand painted those. So the stop motion scene that you see, all of that is him, and he painted those. And I was thinking, even if they didn't do the glow in the dark version that they had a little while ago, it would be cool if they just gave blank ones, and you could probably do it. Those are $13, and I really think that people would not only buy them, but they would also be able to customize them. It's just a great customizing opportunity. So, Mezco, please, can you reopen that? So yeah. Anyway, so you got Solomon Kane, you got the Gremlins, you got all these, and then so these are all the ones that are going to be coming out or projected to come out within the next 30 to 90 days. Now I kind of like cut it off around January, but as you can see, these are all the figures that you have going. Also, really quick, I know that this is probably going to float around. I'm going to put it in the groups, but uh, please, if you share this stuff, please make sure you give credit. I'll just say that. But these, I'm going through these for you real quick. But if you look at some of these, you're going to see that, just go to the bottom. That's your total. Now, like I said, out of all of these, I think what it came out to was currently there are 22 pre-orders right now that are within that 30 to 90-day range. And so you're most likely going to hit that 28 to 30 mark. But as you can see from this, uh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Now, I will say this. I understand not everyone is going to buy one or all of these. I totally get it. What I'm trying to do here is give you a snapshot of what exactly you're in for. Because regardless if it you didn't get it or if it any of these figures get pushed back, that is obviously going to let me take that down. Obviously these are going to come and you're going to have to pay for them eventually, either prices or whatnot. But then also, like I said, this grand total, that's going to show you. And some of these figures are ones that I'll admit it, I'm guilty of it. I army built. And so you might have gotten the Nautilus crew, and that's going to be, I don't know, one or two of them. I'm wondering how they did that too. Like I remember initially there was a question about the peg legs, so I'm very interested in seeing how they handle that. I think it was something like you had to buy, I think mathematically, in order to switch it or do something, you had to buy two or three sets. I can't remember. I have notes on it, but I'm interested. But that does go to show you that some of these, the Wave Rider, I don't know. I went pretty hard on that one. So it's like some of these are army builders, and you'll probably buy multiples, like the Conan Barbarian kit. Now, again, some of these I don't. For some reason, I there's just something in me that thinks that it's not gonna happen. Like this Gotham by Gaslight, I honestly don't think that that one's gonna make it. They pushed that back a few times, but there are some, like I said, that the dates haven't changed, and or they just got pushed back a month or two. I mean, if you're asking like picks for me, obviously this Theodore Sod Cutter that's going to be coming, the Graveyard Gremlins, yeah, Solomon Kane, that one looked like it was finished. Predator, we already got that. That's actually going to be charging within the next few weeks, and I would highly recommend because there's a lot of problems or glitches with the payment system that you go back and you individually change your card on that because I've been seeing a lot of people, myself included, with the Death Dealer and had some payment problems. I was really lucky and I jumped back on that really quick. But the last thing you want is to, yeah, I said notifications. But the last thing you want is to run into that, and you run into that three charge attempt and you don't make it. So I want to make sure I can put this bigger. There we go. I'll take that out. so everybody can see this really quick. But yeah, there's a couple of these. This Vigilante pack, I can actually see that coming because that's a pack and it's just like Atticus. Predator, we already seen. Alien, those look kind of done. Constantine, I'm not too sure about Ultraman. The Crow, not too sure about Bishop, not too sure about Silent Hill. But as you can see, even if you took a third of these, a third of them, I think it comes out to like $780. Again, like I said, I know not everybody ordered one of these, one of each, but even at $790, that's a lot of money for a third of these. And I know most people probably did do those. I can see Destro probably coming out. Spider-Man, they showed that looked like it was pretty much done. The Nautilus crew. Again, this is just a collector service announcement to tell you winter is coming. And if not, you can screenshot this and you can throw this back in my face at the beginning of the year and say, "Yeah, Paige, you said that so many of these were coming out," and I'll humbly eat the pie. But I'm telling you, I honestly think that most of this stuff on here, on this list, you're going to be seeing within the next 2 or 3 months. So please be prepared because you've already probably seen it. You've seen a lot of people in the groups, they're selling stuff so they can get the new stuff, or they're selling stuff because they're getting out of the line. And that actually works for you guys too because there's a lot of figures out there that are people are actually selling for good prices. So if you're looking for that hard to find figure, or you might be able to work out a deal or a trade, it's a good time to buy as well. And it seems like a lot of people aren't really selling stuff for what it used to. You don't see these figures going for like 500 or 600 bucks anymore, which is a good thing because no offense to anybody's price, and I don't think it would sell anyway. But you've seen a lot of that stuff, and then a lot of it is what I've talked about before. It's just the abundance of stuff that we're getting, the pricing for one, and then the cost of living. All that stuff is just kind of counterbalancing stuff. So uh, just be prepared. Um, be prepared. But that's all I really want to show you. I'm gonna go through the comments really quick. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Yeah, I know Trevor had his. Yeah. And shout out to Trevor, man, for Mythic Legions. That was the first time I actually virtually watched any of that stuff, and it was really cool. Billy, yeah, here we go. So we're going back. Redeemer, oh, good to see you, man. I'm happy you came in. Redeemer's the one that actually talked to me about this. I'll tell you guys about the yeah. So in here, I can't touch all the paint, but in here, he actually told me. I think it's dry. And you're not gonna be able to see it. I'll take pictures of it later. But in here, the faceplate actually, you can take the faceplate out and paint the eyes. And he told me, and I confirm this too, but that's the only one that has a faceplate with the eyes that actually come out. So it makes it the painting a little bit easier to do. But that thing was a pain in the ass, man. But I'm actually happy about the way they look. I'm really looking forward to doing this. And I'm gonna feel like an ass if they drop some kind of pack and they sell these. They've been publicizing these things for like on their animated stuff. So, and then I'm going back into time. So if I get to some of your stuff late, he also has two portraits. That's included. Is that including the helmet? I am not too sure. I went through it a little bit, but not too much. I believe he took them and he when he wore the helmet. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Oh, thank you too. Now, if we could get Jackson in here and tell me no worries, that would be a three for. But I am sorry. All this stuff has been contractors, man. Oh gosh, I appreciate everything they did, but man, it was literally. Did somebody say Mythic Legions? Yes. Trevor did outstanding work. Some people can enable you with their photos, and he's one of them. I need that unknown. No, so Rojo, from what I understand, I've been kind of watching this, but and Trevor, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that one is supposed to go up on Friday. I'm not aware of the time. I think I have it written down somewhere, but from what I understand, the Mythic Legions guys, they can tell you all the details about it, but that stuff sells out pretty quick. But I heard that they had restrictions on that one and the two pack army builder the first day, and what they did was they kind of let up on it and let people buy it. So hopefully there's enough for us commoners, us newbies. Maybe casserole. And I appreciate everybody coming. I hope that this information that I'm putting up, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I I feel bad for certain people when I see in the group, because like it's they people are new and they come into the line or they're not prepared, and I just want people to be prepared. There's nothing really you can do about like financial stuff. Everybody has their own responsibilities. I totally get that, and if you're frustrated with that and don't know how to direct it, totally understand. But it's for people that are like, God, man, I don't understand. I wasn't prepared for this. This is just to prepare you. And if I don't know, if 10 or 11 of these come out, at least you're 10 or 11 ahead of the game. I think there's going to be more, but at least you know. It's just a little weird to see some people like when they'll say, "Hey man, they need to release more stuff." And you show them this list and you're like, "Okay, release the Kraken." Thanks. Remember they were supposed to have, yeah, I remember that. They had an ad in the Toy Fair catalog, and they had Black Widow. It was just Black Widow. They didn't really show anything else, but we haven't seen that. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. Is it too late to put that out? I'd still get it, but I wonder how they would do it. But also remember they were gonna give us that Robin Hood too, the one with Jamie Foxx. You remember that guy? So Frank, Frank's always good to talk to, man. I love talking to him during the day, man. Always positive, always has a great thought process, man. I agree because if it comes with the price, I'm wondering if they're going to use the bodies. Oh, this is a 5 pack, yeah. Hey, Paige. So you ordered the Power Rangers? Let me think. Yes, I did. Yeah, I ordered two, but I used points, so that helped the sting a little bit. But yeah, I'm a slave to completionism. It's not a bad thing. I like it. Everything in SDCC is on the way, so it looks still damn good. Yeah, and they're releasing stuff. It's great. Once you, I mean, how can I not after this weekend? I'm curious to hear about how long before acting. Solomon Kane, exactly. And I don't know if people saw this or not, but the the figures that they showed at San Diego, they all had improvements to them. Death Dealer, you just got to have a keen eye, but there was different materials that were on the Crow as well as Morbius, and I don't think he gets enough credit. But and like I said before, I don't know if this is planned or if he just does this to kind of help us along. But D, I guess he curated that show, and he does a very good job of showcasing the figures' abilities and limitations, if you could say. And so a lot of those figures, if you look at like Leatherface, the Crow, Constantine, you could actually see him pushing the arms. And so you can say, oh, you know what? Possibly double joints. He highlighted a lot of the figures, and that's cool, man. It's cool to have somebody within our community that, and it's kind of like, they remind me of the muscle figures. You're not late, you're here. You don't have to be sorry about anything. And you're never late because this stuff always goes up and it's always going to be available for people to like watch and everything like that. Don't do this, go. But yeah, I appreciate you, whether you drop in, whether you watch a little bit, you come back to it later. This is just all information. Like I said, I want people to have a good collecting experience. And I understand, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody collects differently. Everybody has different financial stuff. Everybody has different interests. The thing I'm just trying to do is to try to help people at least have the best experience they can. So somebody said that Predator is on the way. Yep. I think he's on the list. Yep. There you go. $100. These two are going to be interesting. I'm really interested in see how they did this because I saw earlier concepts like 2 or 3 years ago at Toy Fair. And this is another thing, bro. I got multiples of some. Exactly. Some of these, like I said, I bought. Well, I buy multiples anyway, but I bought multiples like extras of like Solomon King because I thought it was good. I'm trying to think Conan the Barbarian stuff. I'm trying to think what else. Wave Rider stuff, and like I said, that stuff hits my pockets too. Oh, in case you didn't notice, he who shall not be named is also on this list. And I, for one, am going to be so glad when that thing comes out because hopefully it'll get out of everybody's system and then they can start talking about something else, hopefully. I'm hoping, to be honest with you, that they drop like Ghost Rider and Mr. Freeze. I didn't put him on there if you didn't notice, but I'm hoping all that stuff drops so it can just be clean slate so nobody really has anything to like complain about, really. But you always find stuff to complain. I have 11 on that list. Yikes. Craig. I remember Craig was in the group a lot, and he would always say, "Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on." I'm like, man, this guy, he's a baller, man. He don't care. He's just like, come on, let's keep going. I emailed Mezco about my payment failure. Haven't had the issue since. Ordered Rangers, no issue. Yep, I didn't have any problems today. I got on. I think I posted a link a couple of minutes early in the comments, but I got on. I got in there, grabbed it, no problems at all. So we're still on the streak from Robin. So I think that's like 2 or 3. The streak continues. I'm just going through some of these comments really quick. So what you guys think? Oh God! Yeah. He who shall not be named, right there. He who shall not be named is slotted between that 30 to 90-day window. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. Oh, you're not on the screen. I know. Good. You didn't see all my animated hands and no. Smaller, smaller. You didn't see all my animated hands. Oh, you guys didn't see the skeletons then? Minis, is that what you're talking about? When I held those up, you didn't see those? Ah, probably not. Hold on, using my imagination. Yeah, Mezco. Yeah, and so you're talking about Death Dealer, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe saw that again. We got 3 of Conan, so it would be cool if we maybe got one more of Death Dealer. I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten mine, but like I had that payment issue, and so I fixed that, and I haven't received shipping. So I've seen a bunch of other people get theirs. It looks like a really good set. I'm back. I was on my Wi-Fi. Minis. I had so much fun with minis this last Halloween episode. If you missed that and you want to watch that with her, it is in the Hangout section. I love talking to different people. The reason why is because we all collect for different reasons and we all collect different things. And it's also the whole point of the Hangout. I know I'm doing a solo tonight, but I just wanted to try to make it quick. But um, that's the whole point of the Hangout is to have different people on so we can kind of like connect with each other. I've noticed that, especially like Legion's Con, a lot of people, that's one of the things that they brought up. You get to see these people online, but then you meet them in real life. You see their personalities, you see their interests, and it's a little bit more of a connection. And so that's kind of what this is to try to like bring people together so we can kind of get to know each other a little bit better. Dynamic posing at the con probably means it's close to exactly, Frank. Exactly. And some of that stuff looked like it was pretty much finished. That Spider-Man looked really good. So did Superman. What's good, people in the collective? Hey, man, face. Good to see you, CTG. Would have loved Mexico to give us Neo. Yeah, that would have been cool too, Paul. Good to see you, Paul. Did you army? No, I thought about it. I did think about it. I think I bought two, and I used points, and then I've been dealing with Matthew Rodden for a long time, and he's always taking care of me. And I started buying from him in the beginning, and he said he had an opening, and I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, I'll get in. So no, not gonna say it. Can't say it. I'll say that figure's name when it drops. How about that? Because every time somebody says it, it gets delayed 2 weeks. That's at least what I tell people. It's funny. Yes, 98 reports. Yo, man, I appreciate everybody in the chat, bro. No, all the no longer collecting guys are still in the group. Yeah, I noticed that too, man. And I think people are starting to pick up on that a little bit more. It's like nobody wants to have a bad experience. And like I said, everyone's different. Everybody has different financial situations, different responsibilities and stuff like that. But I mean, just because you're not having a good experience, it doesn't mean you need to ruin everybody else's experience. And if you're not into something, dude, like I don't get it. I don't want to go down this road. But I don't understand what the point is saying, yeah, I know you like it, but I don't like it. So you shouldn't like it. So yeah, just let people enjoy enjoy shit. You know? I agree, bring it on. You guys are ballers, bro, because I feel like I'm financially sound and I'm like, whoop, can you just kind of slow down? And I prep for this stuff. I'll take money and I'll put it in the bank just to have it kind of set aside as like a toy fund account. And that way I don't get caught with my pants down. But even when I was making this list, I was sitting there going, shit. Shit. Can I say that? Yeah, I can. They say it all the time. Show them again, please. Oh, the skulls. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you again really quick. So yeah. So like I said before, I'm gonna take pictures and I'll show you in the group and then it'll be on Instagram and stuff like that too. But I worked on these. And these are just the, can you see? There we go. Whoa, too close. There's a delay. So, nope, you need to go this way. Nope, we'll get it. There we go. So that's as best as you're going to get. But yeah, these are the Gig from Hell skulls. And all I did was just repaint those. I think these took me about 2 or 3 days, but I'm kind of anal with some of that stuff. I didn't want it to come out like all nasty looking. And some of them are better than others. Like this guy, I was really happy about his teeth. I got a little happy with the spray. And some of these, like that, you're not gonna be able to tell, but you can tell with some of them, I put too much. So pain in the ass. Pain in the ass award goes to, I don't know which number this is. Is he 3? There's a listing, but yep. It was a lot of fun, and I want to put those on these. I was waiting to open this, the brokers. And so I'll put that on and take some pictures and shit like that. So there you go, minis. Yeah, the Halloween episode was a lot of fun. All right. So anything you guys want to talk about? That's all I really had. I guess to recap really quick, death dealer, brokers, that stuff is shipping. If you got shorted, make sure you just reach out to customer service. I used regular stuff. I didn't do anything special, and they got back to me within a day or two. Uh, your death dealer stuff, that's going to be coming. What else did we talk about? Uh, Power Rangers. Honestly, that stuff looks really cool, and I'm really looking forward to that. I have a touch screen. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. But yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, $400, 5 figures. That is up at MezcoToys.com right now. Again, that's not going to come out until next year. If you are looking for other options, there are group sellers. Some of those guys don't take any money down. Some of them do. You're just going to have to check with them and see what they're asking. I also know that there are online retailers that are selling it as well. And I think, like Big Bad Toy Store, I think they are also taking an NRD. And I think from what I saw, it's the same NRDD you would pay with Mezco. So I guess it's kind of your preference. I saw something about Wakanda. What? Yeah, I want to go see that movie. I think it comes out tomorrow, and I want to see it just so I don't see any spoilers. I heard some of the reviewers saying they were crying. I think I'll probably get misty eyed when I see Chadwick, or you don't see Chadwick. They do the tribute part. You don't expect the new Atticus to hit soon? I don't know. Oh, then that's another thing too. Let's go back really quick. Hammer this into the ground. Also for people to take screenshots so they can spread it around the internet. Here you go. So I know we talked about this list earlier. Like I said, that's the projection stuff. Take that off so you can see it. But that's the projected stuff that's going to be coming out. And again, if you noticed, these are all the stuff that either got pushed back a couple of months or it kind of stayed the same time frame. But and this is a point that I didn't make. You guys also know that more than likely we're probably going to get something that we've seen from MezcoCon. I think there was a couple of reveals that were kind of shown to us that we haven't seen yet. So there's a possibility with that. There's also a possibility. You remember last year we got two figures. We got Cousin Eddie, which I wonder if they gave us Cousin Eddie, the one that they showed, if that would count. It's not Christmassy, but you get what I'm talking about. There were two holidays. There was Cousin Eddie in a reindeer outfit, and then we also got Holiday Gomez. So again, you got all these figures, even possibly half of them, if you got those, if they came out, you still have some of these unannounced figures that could possibly come out as well. So that's something that you should take into consideration too. I forgot who said that. I want to make sure that I give you props. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, your Atticus comic kind of spawned that off for me. I was like thinking there's stuff that we haven't even seen yet. So I'm updated on Punisher and the Conan body. Yeah, I would love to see them do a Conan. I mean, a new Punisher. I think it would go over great. I don't. I don't know if they want to do that version that's out right now. I'm gonna try to whip through the comments really quick. Uh, I appreciate everybody that came, man. It's a good turnout tonight, man. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys. What's that buzzword everybody says on YouTube? It's so annoying when I see it. They go, "I hope you found some value in the content that you watched." I'm like, what? So I hope the information I provided you was helpful. How about that? It's draining all the negative energy. Yeah, you know what? It is. But the good thing is there's more people that are kind of like speaking up about it. And, they're just saying, hey, man, if it's not for you, leave. Or they're saying, hey, man, people are actually having conversations about it. Like I saw people get into good conversations today. They were saying stuff like, some guy said, oh, I don't like this. And he said, well, why don't you like it? And he actually went through and they had a discussion about it and it was cool instead of just saying, pass, suck, I hate this, all the regurgitated material that keeps coming up like all the time. Oh, this is going to be out in 2036. And it's like, okay, all right, look at this list. There you go. I love this. Look at that fire emojis. That's why I only have PayPal. Appreciate you, Dean. And shout out to Dean, man. He actually was hooking somebody up in the community. A guy he had a hard time getting Death Dealer. He had some complications and stuff got kind of canceled. And Dean he had an extra Death Dealer and he hooked him up, man. So, man, shout out to you, Dean. Good job, bro. I think we're almost at the end. Got to be careful not to engage in negative Nancy's. I've learned the hard way and it's still a struggle. Yeah, yeah, but people should be able to, if someone's negative and they're expressing themselves, you should be able to talk to it back. I'll never understand that either. Like if somebody's being negative and you say something back to them to kind of like have a conversation about it or ask them about it, then it gets turned around on you. It's like, oh, you're being too toxic or you're being toxic positivity or why are you being a shill? It's like, wait a minute, man. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. And if I'm pointing out some things to you to kind of like have a discussion, it doesn't mean that I'm shilling or anything like that. It just means that trying to have a conversation. It should go both ways. If you have the freedom to be negative, then someone should have the freedom to be able to counterbalance it. That's all it's about. It's not about having one over the other. Still Dick Tracy. I know, man. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, One Stop has a payment plan for all figures. Yeah, Austin, he's a good guy. He's over in Tampa. Met him a couple times. Good guy. He hooked me up with my King Kong. Appreciate you, Austin. Thank you for that. Got my ticket. I know. I was actually gonna talk to one of the two Corys and see if he wanted to go, but I would have to drive like a couple hours just to go see that. Wakanda. All right, pockets are about to get Debo. Yep, I'm telling you. And I'll say this. We'll end this on this last note. I always tell people this. You should always watch what's going on. Whenever you're interested in, you know, who to deal with, who to trade with, who to buy from. Uh, like the thing with Dean too about who to help out. Because I've had a couple people come to me and say, "Hey man, I got this extra figure. Who do you think I should give it to?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me look. I got a list and stuff like that." Guys that are just positive or productive in the community, or and that kind of missed out. But if you kind of watch, you can always kind of tell things. And one of the things I was talking to Corey, one of the Corys, or both the Corys, because we're in the chat. One of the things I mentioned to them, I was like, watch how many people sell stuff to get new stuff, but then watch how many people backtrack when some of these things get in hand, because that's usually what happens. People, obviously, they look at the solicitation, they go, it's trash. But then when people start getting in hand, like Death Dealer, and I've even heard stuff about, I've heard mixed with the Black Skulls, but a lot of people are kind of surprised that they came out as well as they did. So you just got to kind of watch. That stuff usually happens. Yeah, the shield name. Yeah, it's a buzzword. Everybody's using it. And I'm like, it doesn't hurt. You can say shield. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't hurt. It's just all. Yes. Look at that. Highlight that. Great seller. Awesome. Yep. Cowboys for life. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. I think the conversation is conversation. Is Mezco perfect? No. No. No company's perfect. No. Are they worse? No. Can they be improvements? Yes. I've said this many times. Yeah. Yes, everyone can always be improved and blah blah blah. Yeah. And as collectors, man, I don't think that we should be fighting each other, man. You never know who you're talking to. Just like Dean and this other guy. What if you got into it with Dean over like some kind of just misunderstanding or whatever, and then you need his help later on, or he has an opportunity to help you? It's crazy, man. Gotta stop the misinformation. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it. Yep. I learned that a long time ago. I don't force people my opinion or what I think. I just tell people, they'll say, "Oh, the funny one is Batman." Ah, I said it. He who shall not be named. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's been 3 years." It's like, nah, it hasn't been 3 years yet. It's almost 3 years. But people were saying this at the beginning of the year. Oh, this figure's out in 3 years. It's like, no, it hasn't. And then all you see how everybody latches onto it and takes it. So yeah, misinformation, I don't like it. I can't stand that because it just puts people in an even worse position than they already are. And also saw a recent out of Mez pre-order for the Rangers. Yeah, I don't know. I know I said it. You got your wish. Congratulations, CTG. I knew it was a trick, but anyway. All right, so that's it. Like I said, recap real quick. Make sure you're prepared. Be good to your fellow collectors, man. There's a good community out there, and it's a good time. We're getting figures like this and the rest of this list, as you can see. So yeah, just have a good time, man. Be good to each other, man. Yeah. So Dean, congratulations. You get the last comment. Again, I really appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out. Um, I have 2 episodes that are coming up. Uh, I'm really excited for both of them. I'm always excited about them, but the next 2 are going to be very good. I'm just kind of like planning one of them a little bit better. I want it to be a special one. And so make sure you kind of keep an eye out for those. Like I said, I'll make sure I announce them as soon as those guys are kind of those people are locked in to the slots. But I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Again, thank you guys very much. Appreciate you. And just remember, they're just toys. So have fun. End broadcast.